Back channeling. What is it? Why is it normal? Why does it happen all the time? Today, I want to go over this concept of back channeling. I've actually been on both sides of it. I've been a candidate that has been back channeled by a company, and I've also been on the other side of it where someone has reached out to me and back channeled a candidate that they were interviewing with. So, today, I want to go over why does this happen? Why is it normal? Why is it not sketchy? And how to prepare for it and be the top candidate. First of all, if you are at the reference check and you submitted your references, that's typically a really great sign. So, congratulations. It means that you're likely one of the top candidates and they're considering you if they haven't already made an offer. But many candidates don't know about this concept of back channeling, but it's actually happening all the time within networks. So I want to kind of dig into it a little bit and help you prepare for it. So managers are doing this all the time. And sometimes this is happening while they're interviewing you before you've even submitted references or you've gotten to the final stages and they just want a more filtered reviews from your past colleagues. So back channeling is essentially that. It's just someone contacting your past employer, your past colleagues, your past manager, and talking to them behind your back, so to speak. This happens all the time. And as I said, I've been on both ends of it, and it's actually pretty normal. It's essentially people just talking amongst their networks. When this happened to me, I was in an interview process where the chief customer officer, so the very highest person in the company and in their department, reached out to my past employer when I was interviewing there. I had a referral at this company, so I actually found out later that that person actually rejected me, the chief customer officer, so I didn't get that role. But she later regretted it because she backchanneled me and realized how enthusiastic my past manager was about me. So that can happen as well. They can regret rejecting you if they've done that in the past. She probably got that back channel reference too late, or maybe she decided to do it after the fact. I don't know. Also, I've been on the other end, as I mentioned. So I've had someone, a colleague or someone I worked with in the past, reach out to me, say, "Hey, I'm interviewing so and so. I saw that you've worked together in the past. What's your unfiltered thoughts on this person? Are they a good team member? Are they good at their job?" So that's happened to me too. And it's totally, totally normal. They want an unfiltered version before extending an offer because they know that your references are going to likely be positive. Let's get into a couple of ways to prepare for it. So, number one is this is really, this is kind of a long game, but this is really based on your reputation. So, what really matters at your current job is that you're doing a good job, that you're an A player, and that you are well liked. On a high level, those are the two most important things that you need to be thinking about in your current job, that you're a top performer and that people like you. Those are really important. Those two things are going to lead into future references that you can actually list, and also future back channel references of people when they think of you. When someone reaches out and say, "Hey, I saw you worked with so and so," they should instantly have a positive response. That chief customer officer that back channeled me, she told my referral that worked at the company that she regretted not hiring me because that reference, that back channel, I think it was my past manager. I don't even know exactly who she talked to because that was never revealed, but they had an instantly positive exclamation expression about me. And that person, the chief customer officer, knew that can't be faked. And that's what she told my referral. And then that referral, who's my friend, told me, she's like, yeah, she regrets. And then it turns out that I interviewed there again, but in the end, the chief customer officer knew that a instant positive response is something that people can't fake that easily. So she trusted that more than a listed reference that I could have submitted. You want to always be mindful of your reputation, which is a whole nother video I want to do. Your reputation is everything in your career because people will remember how you made them feel. People will remember you forever. And if it's negative, they will remember that forever as well, even 10 years down the line. And there's stories of this on LinkedIn. I have stories like this as well. I know exactly the people who made me feel bad and or who I didn't like, and I will forever have them in my memory. And if anyone ever, back channels or asks me about them, I will give them my true, honest feelings about them. So you want to be mindful of that. It's never really worth it to get involved in sort of negative gossip at work. You want to have high integrity, you want to speak positively, you want to mind your business, all of that. But you also want to be mindful of your reputation and be aware of how you are being perceived because it's going to really impact you down the line. And a really positive response or a really positive relationship with a manager can really, really last a long time and really help you for a long time. It did so for me, and I'm forever grateful for some of the managers I had in my career who helped me. They don't even necessarily realize how much they helped me, but they helped me get other jobs because they were such a positive reference I could use for such a long time. So as I said, reaching a reference check is really, really positive and likely, I mean, for sure, a company will likely call your references that you listed, but Be aware that they are also potentially reaching out to other people in your network that are connected to them and you don't even know, or that you may know about because it's obvious because you have a mutual connection. Your former managers could be getting outreach, etc. The other thing that I used to do, and this is really a pro tip, you can also back channel them. It goes both ways. You can reach out to anyone in the company and ask about what it's like to work there. I used to do this for every single company I worked for. Once I realized that this is something that was important to me and I had high standards of certain things I wanted to make sure checked out for me before I accepted an offer, you can do this. So, for example, if you're in the offer stages, reach out to somebody who wasn't in the interview process and say, hey, I'm in final stages at your company. I would love to learn about your experience working there. Just reach out to anyone, find somebody on LinkedIn, and it could be someone in your department. It could be someone who represents something that is important to you. Like for me, I would sometimes reach out to women on the sales teams, etc., things like that. I wanted to get the real unfiltered version of what it's like to work there, similar to how the company could be doing that to you and getting the real unfiltered version of what it's like to work with you from your past employers. So do that to them as well. It is totally valid. It is normal to do that, and it's you want to do your due diligence just like they're doing it. So just reach out to folks on LinkedIn and have quick 15-minute conversations and ask them, hey, what's it like there? Ask specific questions. What is it like to work under this manager? What is promotion like? How many people have been promoted, et cetera, et cetera. These are also good questions for the interview process, but you might as well get the unfiltered version from other folks there as well. Because the company is trying to sell you the role just as much as you're trying to sell yourself. It goes both ways. So definitely do that every single time also. So to recap, you want to manage your reputation. You want to build a strong network. So your networks are always growing and that you are having positive interactions and that people speak highly and positively of you. And you don't need to be afraid of backchanneling. It's totally normal, and you can do it to them as well. If you have questions about this and you want more in-depth tips on job searching, follow this channel and subscribe and click the like button. I release new content every single week. If you want support in your job search, more hands-on, I have a community called Job Search OS, and it is for folks in tech and folks who are job seeking right now. And the link is in the description. It is the community to join if you want coaching and the whole curriculum for how to land a job in a few weeks instead of many, many months. So join us in there. I'll see you inside.